It is a busy day in the town. People are stuck at the trains and are pushing each other. A bus stops at a college, and we see our protagonist running to his college. He feels exhausted because of the commute to his college. He questions his life decisions and thinks about how he was able to manage until now. A frustrated look is on his face. He thought to himself, he will have to drop out of college if this continues. Suddenly, there is a person behind the protagonist mocking him for feeling exhausted. The character mentions that the protagonist had served in the military. The character is none other than the protagonist's friend. The protagonist makes fun of the person, as he has not even completed his military service. The friend gets annoyed by this statement. Then the friend points to the top, saying that something is ticking in the sky. The protagonist mocks the friend, saying he is missing his girlfriend. The friend, with an annoyed look, says something about monster download completed and the message disappearing from the sky. The protagonist starts to choke the friend as he is annoying him very much with the monster message in the sky. Finally, they say their goodbyes and continue with their class. The friend is pissed that the protagonist didn't believe him. The protagonist reaches his class and is listening to the lecture in the class in a dark room. The protagonist is feeling sleepy because of the lecture, his eyes almost closing and struggling to keep them open. Suddenly, a blue screen flashes at the protagonist's face. It says, "Which class will offer you the best chance of survival?" The protagonist's face trembles in fear. The projector is electrocuted, and the room goes completely pitch black. The protagonist feels his heartbeat loud in his chest. There is panic in the room. People are shouting and panicking because of the situation. Everyone in the class gets a prompt to select a class. They all do not know what is going on in the place. There is a countdown saying 15 seconds remaining. The protagonist's face is lit bright because of the blue screen flash. The protagonist notices that there are cards defining classes in the room. Someone in the room selects a warrior card from the blue screen, and a sword appears in the room. The warrior card disappears from the room. The countdown is going down, and the protagonist feels his heartbeat. He is unable to decide what to choose from the list of classes on the blue screen. He feels the intensity as the countdown moves from 8, 7, 6, 5. The protagonist realizes that there are stars on the cards, and he grabs a card from the group class with a 5-star on it, not knowing what kind of card it was. The protagonist has selected the Necromancer class, and he can feel the energy surging through his body. A skull-like figure appears in the room as the room lights up green. The card slowly fades away, and the protagonist sees green dust fading from his hand. He feels shocked, looking at the card which says Necromancer as the card fades from his hand. The student who selected the warrior class lifts his sword and has an expression of, "What is going on in this world?" He doesn't know what to do with the sword. He explains the sword came out of nowhere, and he is confused about what to do with it. Suddenly, the door crashes open with a loud noise, and the protagonist is scared by the sudden explosion behind him. A man screaming in pain lunges from the broken door. He has a figure stuck to his back, a knife plunged into his body. He screams in pain as he tries to escape the clutches of what is holding him down. Shining yellow eyes are seen from behind the student. He cries to everyone to get the thing out of his back. As he falls to the ground, he is stabbed to death by the thing stuck to his back. It was a goblin that killed the student. The goblin looks at the protagonist with fury while licking the blood from the blade. The goblin's bright yellow eyes look at the protagonist with bloodlust. As the man lies dead on the ground, blood scattered, the goblin moves toward the protagonist. The goblin jumps toward the protagonist to thrust the knife into him. The goblin, with its tongue out like a wild beast, goes for the kill. The protagonist asks for help from his classmate to fight the goblin. The fatty is visibly scared and shouts that he doesn't know what he can do about it. The protagonist runs toward the classmate behind the reinforced chairs. He realizes that the goblin could attack his back, so he spins to avoid showing his back. He kicks the goblin in the face as it tries to jump for the kill. The goblin crashes to the ground and falls far away from the protagonist. The protagonist feels confident with his action. He says that the goblin is short and only weighs 30 pounds, so it is easy to defeat. He quickly grabs a chair and throws it at the goblin. The goblin stares at the protagonist with bloodlust and is ready to lunge for a kill strike. The protagonist pulls another chair with all his might and slams it on the goblin's head. The goblin dies from the blow. A prompt says that the protagonist has won 10 gold coins for defeating the goblin. The protagonist, exhausted, wonders what this thing is that appeared on his face. Then another blue screen prompt says that he can command the dead under his authority. He sees a command list and reads it. The dead goblin rises from the dead with a green flame enveloping it. The protagonist, visibly shocked, still doesn't understand what is going on in the room. A goblin skeleton appears in front of him. The goblin slightly bows its head, waiting for the master's next command. The protagonist finally understands the true meaning of the Necromancer class, as it can command the undead. The adventure starts.